Welcome to a night of total terror.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its
We
time.
must not be lulled by the concept that these are our family members or our friends. They are not. They will not respond to such emotion.
Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all time.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
First came the night, then came the dawn. Now comes the most eagerly awaited day in horror film history.
Welcome back to Thursday of the Dead, episode 279. My name is Jace. A friend of mine, Steve, told me about this screening of The Beyond that happened last Saturday. And luckily, it was in time for me to get tickets. And so, of course, I went. This was a 4K restoration. My first time seeing The Beyond on a big screen. I was actually in negotiations to show the composer's cut at the Tower Theater as part of Thursday of the Dead. And Grindhouse, who did this screening, they wanted too much money and they wanted like a package deal, and I couldn't justify it because I was losing so much money on the other zombie movies I was showing during Thursday of the Dead. This one I definitely would have done, but then they wanted to include Zombie and City of the Living Dead in that package, and I was all for it. That's a lot of money though, and so I haven't done a Thursday of the Dead since I moved to Las Vegas. And the nice thing is the Beverly is kind of picking up the slack for me. The Beverly has been where I saw Night of the Living Dead with Penn Jillette, Dawn of the Dead 45th anniversary release, and now Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. It was beautiful on the big screen. The sound was the best I've ever heard for that movie. During the beginning, when there's thunder, lightning, it was just shaking the theater. It was beautiful. The image quality was great. The theater was nearly empty, which is very troubling. And I even turned to Claire at one point and said, hey, this kind of reminds me of a Thursday of the Dead screening. But $10 for each of our tickets. Well, $20 total, plus service fees. A lot less than what it cost me to rent the theater in Sacramento and pay for the licensing. A lot less. So it was nice to actually just sit and enjoy a movie instead of stressing about the money and the turnout. On a side note, you'll notice a interesting restaurant to the left called Jive Turkey. Never heard of it, and I would think someone would have told me that there was a restaurant named after me in Las Vegas. So I'll have to check it out. This is the only scene that I actually filmed in the theater because, it's not my screening. And so I felt uncomfortable filming too much of it. And so on the way home, we kind of discussed the movie. This was the first time Claire had seen it. And I kind of warned her beforehand that there was nightmare logic. She's like, that's a good description for it. Thanks for watching. See you next week.